Finland has been declared the happiest country in the world for the 7th time in a row. What makes the Finns so happy?
Saunas make people happy.
So people are nice and kind and they help each other. I think that's our strength.
They are safe to live here.
Finnish people are just kind of casual and they don't take things so seriously, maybe.
What is so special about Finnish lifestyle?
It's called sisu.
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 What is sisu? What does it have to do with Finnish happiness? And
what can we learn from the Finns in order to live a happier life? I traveled to the Finnish capital of Helsinki to find out.
Around 5.5 million people live in Finland, in the north of Europe. The country is known for its many lakes and forests, sauna culture, the northern lights, and a very long winter. North of the polar circle, the sun won't come out for several days or even weeks. So, how can Finland be the happiest country in the world?
Finland tops the list of the World Happiness Report 2024, while my country, Germany, is only ranked 24th, just behind the US on 23.
It seems my happiness could use a boost. That's why I'm meeting 3 happiness ambassadors. They were hired by the Finnish Tourism Board Visit Finland for a PR campaign. I'm interested in learning more about Finnish happiness from them. My first mentor of the day is Lena Salmi.
Sure.
Hi, I'm Lena.
The former sports journalist is still very active at the age of 70. Besides swimming and bouldering, she loves graffiti, riding her scooter, and skateboarding, a passion she discovered in her early 60s. Can skateboarding make me happy too?
So, safety first. So first up is skateboarding. I used to skate when I was 15, 16, but I haven't done it for quite a while, so let's see if I can do it.
First, Lena reminds me of the basics.
Okay, like this. What? I'm supposed to do this? Okay.
And I learned some new tricks as well.
Okay.
Then, how to get a street credibility.
Okay, street credibility.
Yeah, no,
okay.
It is just this. Yeah, again.
Not yet. Okay.
It is not about your skills. It's about your will. One guy said once that he's not the best skater in the world, but the happiest one. That's a good point, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's sure of you, Lena? What is your tip to live a happier life for other people?
Don't think what the other thinks. Just do things you are interested in to do. And if it doesn't work, who cares? Try another one, but don't, especially when you are a little bit older, don't stay at your home sitting on sofa. Go out.
It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much for having me, and see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Have a good day.
The United Nations World Happiness Report uses interviews to determine how happy people are in different countries. General life circumstances, as well as positive and negative emotions, are decisive for the ranking. Finland scores particularly well for its good living conditions. Most Finns have a decent income and benefit from a strong social system, high degrees of freedom, and little corruption. Furthermore, there's a high level of trust in institutions and the government. Denmark and Iceland follow in 2nd and 3rd place, while Afghanistan ranks 143rd at the very bottom of the list. But there are also other criteria to measure happiness, as happiness researcher Frank Martila points out.
So sometimes when we think about happiness, we think about more in terms of positive feelings and emotions, happiness, joyfulness and laughter and smiling and stuff like that. And when there have been these international surveys about these kind of emotions, it has turned out that Finland is not the happiest country. That actually the Central American countries tend to perform very well on these kind of surveys, and Finland is somewhere 14th in the world or something like that. One thing to know about Finland, I think the reason it has so high average levels of happiness is not because there will be most extremely happy people in Finland, but it's more that because the government is able to take care of the citizens, there's less extremely unhappy people in the country. So government cannot make citizens happy, but government can remove quite many sources of unhappiness. And that's, I can think, is like the secret to Finnish happiness.
Let's see if Finnish design can make me happy. I'm on my way to meet happiness ambassador number 2, Tero Kuitunen.
Hi, Tero, I'm Ruben.
Art was never my strong suit at school. But as I learned from Lena, it's mainly about having fun.
Okay. Tero, what are we about to do now?
We are actually going to do these ceramic sausages, so that's one of my kind of most popular products.
Okay. I gotta warn you, I'm a little bit clumsy.
Don't worry, I think we will survive.
Okay.
Tero is one of a total of 5 Finnish happiness ambassadors, so-called happiness hackers. They're supposed to give insights into the Finnish lifestyle, each of them in their own profession. Design is highly valued in Finland. For Tero, his work as a designer is about more than just aesthetics and functionality.
What I love in ceramic also that it's kind of meditative. So you really like just focus on it and you don't think anything else. You are not online, you are not like looking at the news or thinking what is happening. You're just focusing the one thing that is you're doing with your hands, manufacturing things, and also like it can be baking, it can be like knitting, making food, and you actually make something that from the start to the end and get the kind of final product. Mm-hmm. So I think that's something very fulfilling and something that makes me happy at least.
After my rather active happiness session with Lena, making pottery is a great way for me to relax and wind down.
This is my sausage so far. Yeah, but actually it worked. Tero did it before, so all I did was cutting off the edges.
Anyway, we can say it's your sausage.
Ready? So much happiness. I'm wondering, where's the catch? The Finns must have their problems too, right?
For many years, Finland struggled with very high suicide rates. But over the last 20 years, thanks in part to state programs, the rates have been reduced by around 50%. And the image of Finland as a nation of heavy drinkers is not necessarily true compared to other European countries. Finland ranks in the middle, and per capita, alcohol consumption has fallen over the past decade. But doesn't the long and dark winter affect the Finns' happiness?
As regards weather, we know that, that of course like changes in weather is usually something like, that affects people's happiness. When it's a rainy day, that like makes you more miserable. And then when it's the first sunny day after a long winter, people are, very joyful about that. But at the same time, people get like used to the weather patterns of their own home country. So if you live in Finland, then you get used to the pattern, and because of that, it doesn't have like too much an effect on your average levels of happiness.
I don't know what to do, but you do it well.
Maybe it's down to one aspect of the Finnish mentality that is key to their happiness.
It's called sisu.
To quote Mika Häkkinen, it's basically having the to go fast in a corner.
It's just like the mentality to kind of get through things, whatever happens.
Like an attitude that you are not going to give up, but you just keep going and good things will come.
I hope good things await me at my last stop of the day. I'm meeting up with happiness hacker number 3, chef Luka Balac. He runs 3 restaurants in Helsinki with 2 business partners. Besides good food, they focus on sustainability and a zero-waste approach. Like here in the Elm restaurant. It offers Mediterranean and seasonal cuisine. And how can he make people happy as a chef?
Oh yeah, this definitely makes me happy.
Cooking for me means bringing families together or people that you like around one table, and that means generating happy memories together. So definitely, food has a high impact on happiness, and we have a special kind of a force with us as a restaurants that we are in charge of people's happiness for 2 or 3 hours that customers are with us. So I have a very important role in all this.
At the end of the day, happiness is very subjective and can be found in many different ways. As I learned today, staying true to yourself, pursuing your passions, and sharing good moments with others are some of the keys to a happy life. What is it that makes you happy? Leave it in the comments.